Hello friends, this question is asked in May 2016 BEE paper and it says using mesh analysis find the current through 10 ohm resistance. Okay, so I have to find the current from this 10 ohm resistance over here. Okay, so and we have to find this current by using a mesh analysis technique that is asked in question. Okay, so you know what is mesh analysis technique. We have to write the loop equation in mesh analysis technique, and you can see in your figure that there is only one loop. Okay, there is only one loop, and this loop is not a loop. Okay, this loop or this mesh is not a mesh. Okay, and we cannot write our loop equation for this mesh. Why? Because it is a super mesh. Okay, so the mesh which contain a current source in it is called a super mesh. Okay, so this is a super mesh. Okay, super loop or super mesh, and we cannot write a current equation. We cannot write a equation for this mesh, but we cannot ignore the current. Okay, but we cannot ignore the current over here, that is 5 ampere. So we have to consider this 5 ampere current in the given direction of this. So this 5 ampere current is flowing in this direction, that is 5 ampere current. Okay, so we have to consider the current, but we cannot write the loop equation for this mesh. Okay, so let's write the loop equation for our first mesh, that is this. And we first need to assign the direction of current. I assume the direction of current is in this way, so this is my I. Okay, so we know how to write the loop equation starting from a voltage source. So I start from this voltage source, that is 25. So my loop equation will be 25 volt 25 volt equals to, that is this 10 ohm resistance multiply with I. So the 10 ohm multiply with I plus the 15 ohm resistance over here, that is 15 ohm resistance multiply by I, and this 5 ampere current we have to consider, which is also flowing through 15 ohm resistance. So the the direction of this current is opposite. You can see the I is flowing in this direction while the 5 ampere is flowing in opposite direction, though then the two current will get subtract, that is I minus 5. So that is I minus 5 ampere. Okay, and I remain with this battery. So this voltage source is of 15 volt. So should I write plus 15 or I write minus 15? What will come, plus 15 volt or a minus 15 volt? Okay, so to know this, let's check out this first. Okay, what is a rise in voltage and what is a fall in voltage? Okay, so if I consider I am standing over here. Okay, so I am standing over here and I walk through this path. Okay, so I am a current and I am walking through this path, and when I encounter with a battery, and if my if my uh, if my entering point to this battery is negative and a leaving point is positive, you can see here it is a positive and this is negative. So this is my entering point, this is my leaving point, then the rise in voltage will happen. Okay, when the entering point is negative while the leaving point, that is this, is positive. So the rise in voltage or fall in voltage depends upon the exiting point. If you exit from battery, that is from positive terminal, then the rise in voltage will happen, and you will write this battery, that is plus V. Okay, while when similar case, if I walking through this path and my entering point is positive and my leaving point of negative, then the fall in voltage will happen, and I will represent this battery as minus V. Okay, so knowing this, come to our problem and tell me what will be my 15, how will I write my 15 volt. If you can see my entering point of battery, that my current is flowing in this way, okay, this way my current is flowing in this way, so my entering point of battery is positive while the leaving point is negative. So the fall in voltage will happen. As you see, my leaving point is negative, so the fall in voltage will happen, and fall in voltage we represent by negative sign. So I will rub this positive sign and I will put a negative sign. Okay, so the fall in voltage is happening, and that's why I put a negative sign over before 15 volt. Now I just need to solve this equation. Okay, so the my 25 and my 15 will combine to form 40, that is 40 equals to 10I plus 15I will combine to form 25I, and 15 into 5 will give me minus 75. Okay, so I will combine 40 and 75, that is 40 plus 75 gives me 115. So 115 equals to 25I. Okay, so to find I will divide 115 by 25 over here. Okay, so I will equals to 115 upon 25. Okay, by doing the calculation you will get 23 upon 5, and further doing the calculation you will get 4.66 ampere. So the value for I is equals to 4.6 amperes. Okay, so I found the value for I, and that is the current which is flowing through 10 ohm resistance over here. So I found the value for I over here, which is the current is flowing through 10 ohm resistance. Thank you.